What were some lessons you learned from them?
It's putting yourself in different rooms, you know? You can't expect change hanging out with the same people, going to the same places, doing the same things. So once I hit 30, I started really diving into personal development. And I feel like it's something a lot of us don't do. We think we know it all. We think we're good just because we're making money. But I mean, the mind is our strongest asset.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm here with my co-host, Wayne Lewis.
What up, what up?
And our guest today, Paul Salamanca. How's it going, brother?
Good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, all the way from Atlanta, right?
Yes, sir. Here for Formula One, and now I'm here doing the podcast.
Okay,
Your first
ATL.
pod?
Yes, sir. First podcast. You know, it's a big podcast, so I'm excited.
Yeah, you're starting off
Thank you, guys.
big, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'd love to dive into the business. I know you've done $55 million in revenue. I'd love to hear how it started and how you scaled.
So, you know, in the beginning, it's obviously not the glamorous lifestyle everyone sees. I've been in business for 10 years. So now people are seeing me getting a new Benz truck, traveling the world. I finally had my kid. I've been with my wife for 13 years.
Oh, congrats.
And
Nice.
we've been business partners for 10 years.
Nice.
And we finally had our kid. Why? Because we had to get our ducks in line. It's been honestly a blessing. You know, I never saw this coming. Like, I saw me being successful, making $100,000 a year. But I never saw us creating this monster business that we have now.
Nice.
That's awesome. And what is the business exactly?
So Preferred Roofing Supply is a family-owned business. We are distributors of roofing material. So we sell roofing, siding. Preferred Roofing Supply is a roofing and siding distributor. So we cater to contractors, investors, homeowners, and we deliver the material to the job sites. Okay. We also sell tools, ladders, compressors, everything these guys need to build a home.
Interesting. And what made you want to get into that? Did you see an opportunity in the market?
Yeah, so opportunity. The roofing supply, that's why you don't hear a lot of people becoming suppliers, because it's dominated by three big nationwide companies, ABC Supply, Superior Distribution, and Beacon.
Right.
One of them is private equity, the other one is family owned, and the other one is traded on a stock company. So these guys have a monopoly over the supply, so no one ever wants to compete against them.
Right.
So when we came in, we saw that there was a need for the Latin market.
Right.
Somewhere where they can shop, somewhere where they don't speak, where we speak Spanish, we speak their language. Because if you look at construction, a lot of the salespeople are American, no Latin background, and the labor force is Latino.
Right.
So these Latin workers do their side jobs, you know? So a lot of the times they would go into one of these suppliers and the guy wouldn't understand them. Or they would be afraid to go to the supplier because these guys do their side jobs and they were afraid they were going to snitch. Hey, you know, Jorge's doing the job over here. He's taking your clients.
Right.
So we created a safe haven for these guys, man, and we spread like wildfire.
It's awesome. What have you
'cause
seen
it's
in the
niche.
Latino community in terms of business and entrepreneurship? Are they like embracing it?
So as far as the construction side, a lot of the labor force is taking over the sales side now. Like in Atlanta, I've seen it grow like crazy. You know, we start off with nothing but subcontractors, the guys that do labor. Now, the contractors, the ones that go out there, knock on doors, get the paperwork signed, are Latinos. And now they're selling and they're hiring Latinos still, you know?
Nice.
So it's all becoming Latin, I guess, dominant. And I feel like in a couple years, both sides are going to be Latino. The people signing the paperwork and the people doing the labor.
So how do you feel in regards to how they're trying to like implement this citizenship in order for Latinos and immigrants to work in the U.S. like they do in Florida, like almost like a stoppage?
So funny you say that, because I mean, I feel like immigrants will never have a lock code on immigrants. You know, it's kind of like,
And they work the hardest.
yeah, we work hard.
No, for
A
real.
lot of things won't flow the same, you know.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, Latinos are in the roofs. It was American people born in this country. It would take them 3 days to build a roof. Now you got a lot of people that are from Guatemala, Mexico on the roofs, taking them a day to
Wow.
do a roof.
A day?
Yeah, a day. So it's pretty amazing how, you know, fast we work, and people come to this country to not waste time. A lot of people waste time, but the majority come here to get a better life.
Yeah,
you know,
stack some
another
money.
opportunity,
Yeah, for sure.
stack up and grind.
Send it to their family.
Shout out to Another Bite, hosted by John Dick, Jareen Monroe, Ariel Boswell, and it is on the HubSpot network, the #1 network for business professionals. They basically do a recap of Shark Tank episodes. They cover their favorite episodes. They interview entrepreneurs that pitch. They give their thoughts, their own ideas, and even come up with some of their own companies. I just listened to an episode, and it was from season 1 of Shark Tank, the Ionic Ear. This guy wanted to surgically implant a device into your brain. It was very hilarious. Check them out wherever you listen to podcasts. Another Bite. Peace.
Send it to their families overseas.
It's all about the immigrant mentality is one of the best mentalities. You come to a foreign country, you don't waste time, you make your paper, you stack up, and you succeed.
Absolutely, yeah. I got that from both my parents were immigrants, so I'm glad I picked that up from them.
Yeah.
Because I see people that are
work
born
ethic.
here, dude. They're not motivated.
That
Let's
work
like-
ethic is insane.
Yeah. And then I was born here, but seeing my parents struggle, they're first generation, they're the first ones to come to this country. I had papers, luckily. But I saw all the struggles they went through, from language barriers to jumping from job to job. So
Yeah.
I wanted something better for us. I wanted to
That's big.
break that curse. And thank
big.
God now, first generation to graduate college, first generation to own a business,
Wow.
first generation to have money. So now the struggle is, how do I protect myself? How do I, where do I go to set up a trust? Where do I go to invest in this? So that's why I'm putting myself in different positions, like coming to this podcast, meeting you guys, and networking.
Yeah. What did your parents think when you told them you were starting a business?
Well, at first, they didn't believe in me. They were like, "You didn't go to school to get dirty. We put you in school so you can work at a bank, to work in an office. Because that's the mentality they think." You can't succeed because they want you to wear a tie and then put on a suit every day.
Yeah.
So at first they're like, "Oh, businesses aren't good. Go get your master's." So I did end up getting a real estate license while I was doing that, just because to make them happy. But at the end of the day, I think I succeeded because I had no other option but to succeed. I had my back against the wall.
Yeah.
My friends were making money straight out of college. I was low key, like no one. I wasn't on Instagram or nothing. And out of nowhere, I popped up on Instagram. Traveling the world. They're like, "Damn, how's he traveling the world?" But I was grinding behind the scenes. So I feel like, it's all about believing in yourself, silencing the noise, because sometimes your parents aren't going to believe in your dreams.
Right.
No one sees that vision. God puts that vision in you for you.
Gotcha.
So sometimes no one's going to understand you.
Yeah, I think parents, they want what's best for their kids, but they don't know what they
They
don't
don't know what's best for you.
Now my dad works for me.
Wow.
Yeah, and now
Okay, to top it off.
Yeah.
Now I hired my dad.
so it's been a blessing. It's awesome, and
How is it
he's
like?
taking care of the shop right now while I'm here.
How is it establishing a business with your wife?
Yeah,
'Cause I've that dynamic it could get tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
How is it going to work with your wife every day?
For
Man,
sure.
my wife is a dominant force. We're both
Nice.
alphas, So
Yeah,
without me, she'll be the alpha in her relationship. But we're both alpha, so we clash a lot.
Yeah.
There's been
He said
times
we
where
clash a lot,
we crash a lot. But obviously, it's learning each other's strengths,
Right.
coping with each other, knowing how to communicate with each other.
Right.
And the biggest thing is aligning with the mission. For example, she could have been happy with just one location. But no, we want bigger and better things. Can you imagine her telling me, "No, I'm fine. I don't want to work as much. I'm fine with this Toyota. Our house is paid off. That's it." And me, I want more. I want a mansion. I want to have the Lambos, the yachts. So I would be working. She wouldn't understand that. But since we're both on the same mission, working for the same goal, same company, we're unstoppable.
That's
Right.
amazing.
That's cool.
So I think that's also been another glue. Like I mentioned before, we've been together for 13 years and business partners for 10.
Amazing.
So,
There's not many relationships I see last in business, too.
Yeah.
It's very hard to balance.
For sure.
it is hard. We argue probably a little bit every day, but
A little bit every day. But
overall
works.
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. And you said you like materialistic stuff, like cars and stuff, watches.
Well, that's not the main. The what I tell people is, you get a little high once you get your first cool car. I recently got my first cool car, after 10 years. But I do like shopping and things. But the biggest thing is being able to bless the people in your circle. Like, "Oh, Dad, your house paid off. Don't worry." You know what I mean? You don't got to work no more, but he wants to work. He wants to help me.
Yeah.
Or, "Hey, Mom, I want to remodel your house." That's the biggest blessing, being able to bless your family,
Yeah, absolutely. I know you recently got to hang out with Bradley and Andy Elliott, 2 9-figure guys. What were some lessons you learned from them?
So kind of, I think he mentioned it. It's not about, it's putting yourself in different rooms, You can't expect change hanging out with the same people, going to the same places, doing the same things. So I've been, investing in my self-development, being around these high individuals, that teach me about family. They teach me how they run the relationships with their wives. Like Andy Elliott, he works with his wife. Brad Lee's a very social guy. He has a lot of connections. I'm trying to get his connections, become his friend, get a little closer to them. So once I hit 30, I started really diving into personal development. And I feel like it's something a lot of us don't do. We think we know it all. We think we're good just because we're making money. But, I mean, the mind is our strongest asset. We have to keep feeding it positivity because if not, then, I mean.
Absolutely. So you think ego kind of gets in the way of success a little bit?
Ego is good and bad. I mean, ego is bad just when you think you know it all, when you don't want to hear advice from anybody.
Yeah, that's what
But I feel like it's also good because you can grow into that ego.
Right.
Like if I was broke and I wanted to be a millionaire, I would walk around like a millionaire trying to do things millionaires do in order to become a millionaire. You know what I mean?
I like that, yeah, because it definitely does get a bad rep, but it can be used.
But
Yeah, it definitely can.
it's bad if you just think you're the best and you don't want to listen to anybody and you're always right. Stubborn, I guess, per se.
Then you have to turn it off when you're working with your wife.
Yeah.
You can't have an ego on it.
No ego.
She said.
I know you love traveling. Is it true your 1-year-old baby has been on 44 flights already?
Yes, sir. So our first, the first flight he took, he was born in December. We went to 10X Con in February. We bought those tickets a year before, so we had no choice but to go. You know, it's $10,000 a ticket.
Jeez.
I wasn't gonna.
I was going to say 70. I thought it was
$10,000 a ticket for the Diamond, so I wasn't gonna let it go to waste. So you know, we brought grandma along, took the baby, and went to 10X Con. Then from there, went to Jamaica. We took him to Los Cabos. Went to Canada. We're about to go to Japan next week.
Bro, usually people stop traveling when they have babies.
Yeah. So it's been a blessing. And, you know, I was able to do this now because before I was always at the shop, opening the doors, closing the doors. I felt like my business couldn't run without me. But when I had my kid, man, it helped me pull back away and just see everything from a different perspective.
Nice.
So now, you know, this whole year I've been traveling, enjoying life, enjoying my family, my baby, and it's been awesome, you know. And I feel like I put myself in this position all these years and created a good team now, you know, where I can work on the business, not be an employee. Because I was an employee. I was locked down. I had to be there. The business wouldn't run without me. They'll be like, where's Paul? I need Paul here. I need Paul for a discount. I need, you know. And now people are realizing, oh, Paul's not here anymore.
Yeah.
You know, Paul's out doing his own thing. But I'm still always working.
That's beast. 7 days a week?
Yeah, it's kind of like I told somebody this the other day. Imagine me telling my wife, I'm not going to be a dad today. You know, same thing as a business. You have to be on your business every day. You know, especially with the phones now, you're always going to be working. There's texts, fires to put out, clients to attend, sales to make. So you're always going to be on the phone, especially in the beginning days, man. You have no time. You have to outwork your competitors. In the roofing industry, all the big suppliers, the big three I mentioned, they close Saturdays. We were like, no, we're going to work Saturdays.
Yeah.
They close holidays, we're going to work holidays.
Wow.
They close at 4, we close at 7. You know, so it's all about outworking your competition in the beginning days. And you, being the owner, have to be the face in the beginning. You have to be out there because people buy people. You know?
No, that's a fact. They buy you, not the product.
They buy you first.
Man, I love that. You also started your own scholarship, right?
Yeah, so we have a scholarship at Georgia State University, which is where me and my wife met.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? Well, click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys.
So once we had a little money, we're like, you know, we always wanted to give back to the community. So we went to Georgia State first, you know, because that's where we graduated. We met there, the city. And it was a stepping stone for us. And so basically it's called the Salamanca Scholarship after my last name. And that goes to first-generation college students who are leaders in the Latin community and are interested in entrepreneurship. Because when I was in school, I lost hope. Hope is I don't know if there's hope in other states, but Hope was basically government-funded scholarship where if you keep a 3.0, you go to school for free.
Oh, okay.
So I lost it, unfortunately, and I got it back eventually. But when I lost it, it took a big toll on me. Like, I remember calling my wife now and telling her I wasn't going to go to school next semester because my mom didn't have the money. But luckily, I was blessed. My uncle helped us out, and I was able to go to school.
Dang.
But, you know, that impacted me. I was like, damn, imagine how many other people are going through this. So now I was able to bless.
College is expensive, man. Like
it is, yep.
Especially, I mean, we coming from the Latin community, it's rare that they even go to schools. They literally start working at what age? Like 12, 13?
Yeah, 12, yep.
You were working that early?
So, yeah, so we came to Georgia because one of my uncles started a meat market. So as soon as I got to Georgia, I was like 9, I was selling phone cards. You know, back then they sold phone cards. You can call your country.
Oh,
So
okay.
if someone wanted to call El Salvador, they had to buy a phone card, $10 a piece, and then you dial a number.
It's like a SIM card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was the one in charge of that department. Then they moved it to me department. So I was always hustling, you know what I mean? And now I tell this story where I work at my uncle's warehouse, driving a forklift, and it served me a purpose because now I was able to drive my own forklifts in my own waurhouse. You get it?
Yeah,
I knew how to
experience.
operate
Yeah,
already, but it's
yeah,
funny
yeah.
because I was like, man, I ain't never gonna drive a forklift after this job.
Next thing you know,
and then I had to
you-
drive
yeah,
it for
yeah.
a living.
That's crazy. So working at such a young age and you got to miss out on a lot of childhood memories, do you feel like that took a toll on you?
Childhood memories per se. I mean, my parents were always working, so I feel like that really took a toll on me. You know, them always working. They weren't always home. They would come late. So I feel like that was the biggest effect. As far as me working, I did hate it. You know, what kid likes to go to work? I'm going to work after school. You know, I hated it.
At 9,
But I
dude.
feel like it molded me to the individual that I am now, you know.
Right.
My mind's always thinking about new opportunities, going here, thinking about the next business.
Yeah.
I get bored a lot too, so I'm like, oh, let's go buy this, let's go do this business, let's go do that. So I'm always thinking about new ideas.
What is the next business that you want to get into?
So I'm big into real estate. Right now I'm buying and holding properties, but I want to start developing, you know, building multifamily, you know, single family homes, and I also want to buy apartment complexes. So
Yeah, I know you got a commercial real estate portfolio, right?
yeah, I do. So right now I just have quadplex, triplexes, and single family homes, and I also have one commercial building where I have 5 tenants.
Wow.
So what's the strategy there? Is it more for preserving wealth or building wealth?
Building wealth per se. You can also learn now that you can actually preserve your wealth by buying real estate
Yeah,
through
absolutely.
cost segregation.
Yeah.
So that's a gem that I had to pay money to learn, guys, but it's a free gem for you.
Right.
Wait, so how does that work?
So you basically buy a building. So if I make $1 million a year, I'm going to buy something that's worth three times of what I make. So a $3 million building. And then I'm going to hire an engineering company that's going to accelerate the depreciation on it. So they're going to break down and dissect the whole building, the cabinets, the floors, the roof, the trees, the asphalt, and they're going to depreciate everything in the line item. So you're going to get about, for a $3 million building, you're going to get about $300,000.
Right. So he
And
loses
that-
it.
yeah,
You don't
and
have to pay
that's-
taxes.
Yep.
Oh, you
Off your
lose
personal
300?
income.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just removing all those
Yeah,
items.
Preservation.
they dissect it all
Yeah,
up.
like gut it.
Yep.
Okay, but
They
then
gut it all
what
up.
happens when you go to sell it? You lost the
but
value.
The idea is you're gonna keep it. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
the
It's
idea
for
is not to
creating
sell it,
wealth.
yeah.
So you have to
Or
hold
the
it,
day you
okay.
do sell it, 1031 exchange. You know, so
What's that?
when you have a property, so capital gains tax, you avoid it by doing a 1031 exchange. You buy this building, you sell it, and that profit you put into another building.
Got
so
it.
It won't really hurt you. You know.
So you just keep it
Yeah,
rolling,
keep it rolling
and then
into different bigger
you-
properties.
Got it. So that's how you delay taxes with real estate.
Yeah.
So cost segregation is the best. That's why all these, you know, income tax is what hurts me the most. They take 40% of what I make.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I
was
barely
like,
pay myself, bro.
So I was like,
Broke,
how are
baby.
you guys doing
Broke.
it? So
I just pay myself enough to cover rent and
Yeah.
Yeah.
food and stuff.
So I was telling him Ryan Pineda $5,000, and he put me on game and
He
taught me
paid
a little
Ryan
bit
Pineda $5,000 to go golf.
to go golf, and I don't even
Oh,
play
really?
golf.
And
And I don't play
I
golf.
told him this: some relationships you got to pay for.
Yeah,
Wait, so you didn't even play golf?
I don't
No,
play
he played
golf,
golf,
bro.
but
So
he
you just
paid.
went to
I
talk
played,
to him?
but I
Yeah.
mean, I suck. Like I was,
Yeah,
he was low key annoyed.
The
He hated it 'cause he
5K was
loves
just to
golf.
be around him.
Yeah, I
He
paid to be around
5K
him.
I
to
actually
go.
know someone else that paid that too, and he
Yeah.
said it was worth it.
Yeah, it
Two
was
people.
worth it.
2 people.
Yeah, but Ryan was annoyed because I suck at golf. I mean,
Yeah.
I play soccer, but I'm trying to learn golf now. You know, it's a
Right.
good,
It's a good
skill to
networking.
have.
That's like probably the biggest networking sport if you think about it. Golf and racing.
And it's all day, bro. You be out there 8 hours
Yep.
talking.
Yeah.
So it was a good time.
How good were you at soccer?
Soccer, I was good. I mean, I stopped playing in high school for 2 years. You know, got distracted by girls and being troublemaker, but
Yeah. You were a troublemaker in school?
a little bit.
Yeah, same,
Well,
dude.
yeah,
I got
just-
suspended. I got
the
detention.
time.
Yeah, I
all
was more
that.
just hustling
Yeah.
mentality.
And they taught you that was bad, but you were just different, and
Yeah.
they didn't know.
But you know,
So
everything happens for a reason.
doing $55 million in sales, over what time period was that? Was it a year? Was it over 3-4 years?
No. So 55 million this year to date. We're at
Okay.
55 million.
Holy
55 million
in
this year,
sales. Yeah.
year to date.
So every year, thank God, since we started, we've been
Profitable.
increasing.
You've been in the green.
Amazing.
Yeah, we've been in the green since we
Nice.
started. Thank God. So this is 55 million year to date. Last year it was about 40. So every year we're growing and growing. Thank God.
Wow.
And it's super
amazing.
impressive because it's all retail, physical
Yeah,
locations.
retail, brick and mortar.
So you
Yep,
can
nothing
really-
online. So now I am gonna launch an e-commerce, but I'm gonna sell the
Oh,
tools.
you're not doing anything online?
No.
That's what I'm saying. 55
Wow.
retail.
Physical.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, I don't have no experience in the brick and mortar. I'm an online guy.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
he's
But
only
I
doing it in
You
in
can't
Georgia.
really buy the big building materials online either because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't ship it. It's heavy.
Right,
Each
right.
shingle, each bundle weighs about 80 pounds.
Holy.
So you can't ship it.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
true.
little tools that I'm talking about, the guns,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hoses they use, the hammer tackers, the hammers, I'm going to sell that online.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Do you
So
want to
that'll be-
scale outside of Georgia too in terms of the physical stores?
You know, it's a lot of overhead in our industry. That's why I don't have 10 stores, you know. You need a lot of cash, a lot of inventory, a lot of trucks, a lot of
Yeah.
forklifts, machinery, drivers, a lot of stuff. So I think I want to get to dominate Georgia, get to 10 locations first, and then see where I go. You know,
Got
like
it.
I told you, I like doing real estate. I want to do another business where I don't need so much moving pieces. Not having a lot of employees, you know.
Yeah.
Because every employee is a good thing, but it's also a headache because
You're
all their
right.
problems become your problems. Oh, I'm sick. I'm not going to go work today. So that person being out of work causes a domino effect.
Yeah.
Now
Right.
you got to go fill that hole, figure out that problem. So I want to do
Headaches, yeah.
something where it requires less people per
Part of
se.
the team.
But I do want to get to 10 stores in Georgia at least.
Yeah. How many employees you got right now?
We're at 40 right now, and we
Wow.
sub about 9 for deliveries because we have to deliver. So sometimes we can't handle our own deliveries
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of the volume.
Wow, that's
Man,
crazy. Maybe you should
55
start
a
a
year.
trucking company on top of that.
Yeah, so essentially we are
Yeah.
a logistics company.
Company, yeah.
because we have to deliver. We have to figure. I got to
So you
plan
guys
the
got
routes.
your own trucks,
Yeah,
everything?
we have our own trucks.
Oh,
In the
okay.
beginning, we had no clue that clients wanted deliveries because it was all pickups. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
they were all picking up. Then we ended up getting a box truck, and I would go hand unload the shingles while she did the sales. My wife,
Wow.
and I would go hand unload the shingles with a college degree, like. Sweating, you know, and I was like, one
Yeah.
day this is gonna be worth it. And after 2 years, I was able to get a flatbed with the machine because you know those trucks run about 90,000. The machine runs about 45, so it's not just hey, here's my money. And then we didn't have good credit.
Wow.
You know, we didn't have credit. We had good credit, but we didn't have like a big credit line.
Yeah.
So credit is very important in anything you do. I think the rich people in America are the ones with
credit
the best
based,
credit.
yes. Leveraging.
Yep,
Yeah,
leveraging.
credit
Bro, I
always.
just got 200K and 0% interest.
That's what I'm saying.
Having good credit got me
It's
that.
very important, guys.
It's
Yep.
insane. What were the biggest challenges and bottlenecks along the way that you had to overcome?
Every day was a new challenge. You know, first working with my wife, one, then learning and adapting. We never had a mentor. We started off with a 5,000 square foot warehouse. We didn't know that one truckload of shingle was going to take over the whole space. So then we had to move after a year.
Right.
We moved to 15,000 square feet. And we're like, this is too big. We outgrew it in a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we're at 60,000 square feet.
Damn.
So our
60.
third move, our first location moved 3 times. So that's where it took us a while to open our second or third
Got it,
location.
got it.
But now we have a system.
Right.
And we know what we need now, so we're able to scale quicker.
Yeah.
But you know, just going pace, never having a mentor, just you know, learning through trial and error.
Or you never had a mentor?
No, that's why I want to. If anyone wants to mentor me, my name is Paul. Don Pablo's Life. 'Cause I am looking for one. You know, I was just with Ed
Wow.
Milet. Ed
But
Milet, if you're hearing
it's
this.
crazy, Sean, because how do you mentor somebody who's already done $55 million?
There's levels. I mean, there's not many, but there's
Yeah, yeah.
someone. Ed Milet mentored the previous guest today.
Yes, I want Ed Milet. I just joined his little group, big group, RTA Syndicate, and I actually got to talk to Ed Milet.
We got to get you to Ed Milet himself.
Yeah.
We got to. I mean, you $55 million. You know. and-
What's Ed doing? Ed might be doing more than that.
He just told me because I like I said, I was just with him. We smoked cigars. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And he bought an island for $20 million, invested $80 million in it. So for someone to have $100 million to buy some land and develop for yourself, is,
Yeah. Wait, he put down $100 million?
yeah,
He bought a $20 million
He
island.
bought $20 million for the island, and he's putting $80 million of his own money into it
Gosh.
right now.
There's levels
and it's
to the
for
game.
himself. He ain't selling it. He's keeping it.
Dude.
So he was talking about his amazing island in Maine, and you know that kind of money is crazy. And the type of
And it's
people
in
he
Maine?
coaches, yeah, in Maine.
Wow.
Yeah, he does coach some bad.
That's
For
what's
sure.
amazing, you know. So it's like I'm sure he's expensive, but
Yeah.
hey,
Do you want to get into coaching yourself one day?
you know,
should.
like I told, I just started
The
doing
Latin
content.
community needs
yeah.
you, bro.
For sure.
So I was thinking about that's why I started doing content too. And my son, I was like, you know, people need to get inspired that it is possible to make the American dream happen. You know, and people have been reaching out for mentorship. I just don't know how to structure it. You know, so I have to see who can connect me with a coach or something to see how to structure that side of the business because it is something I probably am gonna do. Write a book. There's different things, you know. But right now I'm just creating content, seeing where it goes.
yeah, you could be the face of the Latin community. man.
Literally, bro.
For
Like,
sure.
This is crazy.
I think Albert Preciado.
Yeah.
I think
met
you,
him.
Yeah, you two could dominate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
met
he's already
Albert.
doing it, but
Yeah, I feel like no one has the swag like me though. Check me out. Just kidding.
Right.
I love that. Well, Paul, it's been a blast, man. Anything you want to promote or close off with?
So yeah, but just my Instagram. I'm on Instagram, TikTok at Don Pablo's Life. Be sure to follow me. I'm doing a lot of content on mindset, family, fitness, and faith. So guys, follow me, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you for coming, bro.
Appreciate it, guys.
You got anything, Wayne?
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching as always, guys. Peace.
Don Pablo.